Hello again, YouTubers, and welcome to our latest episode of this first season of the Burnley career mode on FIFA 16, and another derby for us today. Best of two actually. We've got one against Bolton at the Macron, which we'll see him after this actually. And then we've got quite a number of home games this month, as you'll probably see now. Bolton and QPR are the away fixtures, but we've got Reading at home, QPR at Loftus Road, and then we've got two home games in a row. First on a Sunday against Cardiff, and then finally on a Saturday, the 31st, against Wolves. So we'll find out at the end what's happening. And then there's Middlesbrough away, Ipswich at home, Bournemouth away, and Bristol City. 4 games potential there. MK Dons away, then Brighton at Turf Moor, followed by Charlton at the Valley, QPR the return, and of course Reading at the Majeski. And well, it's going to be some fixtures during the season, but we will see quite a number of games as well, because we want to get this done as quickly as possible. So as I say, it's to Turf Moor we go for the first Lancashire derby of the season. We will do all the Lancashire derbies in their entirety for you, but we will see a selected number of games anyway. So just so you know, we want to try and make it a little bit interesting as well, because we think the team should be good enough to win promotion easily. So off to Turf Moor we go for the visit of local rivals Preston North End for the second big Lancashire hot pot derby. Good afternoon to you all. Welcome to Turf Moor for the second big Lancashire hot pot of the season. We are at home to Preston North End, newly promoted of course via the playoffs, and have a decent side under Simon Grayson. They started the season well, but they've slipped away a little bit. Now they're fighting in the lower reaches of the championship table. Burnley keep with the same 11 that won in their last match. Dwight Gale and Gray checking up quite an understanding. Jack Grealish and Jordan Iber are certainly to hold down the left hand side. As for Preston, Chris Kirkland is their goalkeeper at the moment. A few familiar names in that side: Kyle Reid and Jermaine Beckford, John Welsh, and also we've got Humphrey and Reid on either side. So this could be a tough old afternoon as we look at Richard Keogh there, number 3. Referee today, Ramsey Dole. Big game for him. Burnley Preston, one of the most played derbies in recent years. It's not been around for the last 3 or 4 seasons, but it's back, and it's back with a vengeance. Burnley against Preston is underway. Last time these two sides met, it was at Deepdale, and Burnley won by, I think it was a goal to nil. I think it was a winning goal from Jack Cork that settled it on the day. And of course in the first game at Turf Moor, which was a televised clash, Burnley had come from 3-1 down to win 4-3. That was in the days of Darren Ferguson, who was managing Preston at the time. They've had a few barren years. They had Graham Wesley as their manager, and then when things didn't work out with him, he employed Simon Grayson, and they had a couple of good years of course at the top of League One. As Burnley comes striking forward, great good punch away by Kirkland, but only as far as Boyd. Oh, Kirkland just about stopped it from going inside the near post. Boyd thought he scored here, and I have to say so did I, but oh, what a big left hand. Well, we almost needed Hawkeye to come in there almost and help us out with that one. Here's the corner from Barton. Header one there by, I think it was Grealish, but it was an easy one there for Kirkland. I think it might have been Tommy Smith actually. Ball forward. Here's John Welsh, ex-Liverpool youngster. Here's Jermaine Beckford, ex-Leeds. Now Humphrey. Humphrey's cross, headed away by Keogh. Comes to Woods. What can I put it? Woods put in? It's towards Beckford, who can score goals at this level. We know that. Here's the big threat for Preston this afternoon. Here's George Boyd now taking it up for Burnley. Burnley got threats up and down the park, and here's one of them, Andre Gray. Little deep cross in there, and a chance for Gale! Dwight Gale has scored for Burnley, or Hattie. He's given offside. That's what's happened. The assistant nearby. Let's have a look at this again. Yes, he's off. He was in front of the ball that was passed to him, and that's the reason why the goal does not stand. Here's Barton. He loves a good derby match. Oh, it came so mighty close. Well, we've since spent some spectacular goals on the games we played on career mode so far this season. Joey Barton almost added to that great list as well. Kirtland's kick. 0-0, 20 minutes gone. It's Burnley have done all the running. Johnson. Xavier. Vermel. Xavier again. Beckford. Good ball in behind. It's Welsh. Good save, Heaton. Big chance for Preston. And John Welsh didn't really take the opportunity given to him. Clark. Good cover. Woods. Welsh again. Here's Johnson. Good tackle. Tommy Smith. Now Loughton. Hughes. Boyd. Preston now starting to get into the game a bit more. Here's Gray again. Cross back. Oh, and how is that not being taken by Barton? Dived over the ball. Here's Hughes. Hughes' shot. Oh, it was dipping. And Kirtland turned it away. Excellent hit this from Will Hughes. It was dipping in there, but Kirtland turned it over. That's a good piece of goalkeeping there by the Preston goalkeeper. But Barton to take another corner. Goalkeeper stays on the line this time, and it's headed wide by Tommy Smith. Burnley really showing promise, but just no end product at the moment. Header one again. Johnson. That shouldn't be used as it is, but it comes to Welsh. One ball forward, but can't pick out the man on the near side. Well, we're inside the last 10 minutes here at Turf Moor, the first half, and in the early autumn sunshine. Still quite warm for this time of year, but we're coming quickly now towards winter time. Here's Welsh. Johnson. Xavier. Johnson again. Welsh. Beckford. Good ball in. Oh, good effort. Johnson again. Good effort. And Tom Heaton equal to it. And then he gives it straight to Xavier, who completely flops his lines. It's Thiago Xavier, in fact. And that's the next game for the Clarets. Away at the Macron to face Bolton Wanderers. Of course, managed by Neil Lennon. Barton. Loughton. Now Boyd. Loughton again. Gale. And gets it back. Boyd will try one, and it's behind for a corner. Or so Boyd thinks anyway. Indeed it is. Corner to be taken by Barton. And it's loose. Gale off the line. Boyd, go! And that one is given. George Boyd puts Burnley in front right on the stroke of half time. Here it is again. The corner causing all sorts of problems. Gale had the first effort. It was kicked off the line. And then the rebound came to George Boyd. It was quickest to react. Twisted, turned, and got it past Kirtland and two defenders on the line. And Burnley are in front in the Lancashire derby. 1-0. And it was just at a time when Burnley were getting really frustrated and looked as if Preston were going to get to half time with a clean sheet intact, but not now. George Boyd with a vital breakthrough there for Burnley as the whistle goes for half time. So that scramble which led to the goal from George Boyd is the difference at half time. Preston have frustrated Burnley up until then and had a couple of chances themselves, but George Boyd has beaten Chris Kirkland and Burnley lead at half-time in the Lancashire derby. Welcome back to the Lancashire derby. East Lancashire represented by Burnley, and Western, of course, represented by Preston North End. And it's East Lancashire leading West Lancashire 1-0. Real Lancashire hotbot, as we say up in these parts. Here's Gale. Oh, that's a lovely ball. And Gray's in behind. It's Gray! Off the bar! Gale! Oh, he's missed it! Lovely football by Burnley, but Dwight Gale, oh, dearie me. That's one of the misses of the season. Well, I sincerely hope that does not come back to haunt the Clarets there, because as everyone knows in football, you miss a chance like that and sometimes it can sort of come back and haunt you. Here's Barton, no, good effort! And turned over by Kirkland. Well, Burnley want to finish this off as quickly as possible in the second half. The last thing they want is Preston is to get an equaliser. Barton is doing his damnedest to try and help the situation. Header in, and it's Grealish almost on the line. And that has somehow been scrambled away. I think George Boyd was there on the line, but this was the goal he got. Turned, swiveled, got his shot in after the initial effort from Gale had been kicked off the line, but not very far. So Burnley missing two good opportunities inside the opening 10 minutes of the second half. Here's Boyd, the goal scorer. But it's barely right for Preston. Now Virgil. Now Vermeil. And again. Here's Woods. Preston just having a little bit of possession here. Simon Grace inside. Beckford. Free kick. Believe it or not, it's the Burnley players come off for worst. And a red card given to whom? It's Tommy Smith. Well, that's a bit of a surprise to me, because I don't think he was the last man by any means at all. That is a silly decision from the referee. Now, what happened here? Keogh was involved. He was taken out. Well, Keogh came off worse than... Well, I think that's a harsh decision. I think it's a free kick, but nothing more than that. I don't think it's even a yellow card. Well, the mind boggles me sometimes with these referees, I have to say. Give the free kick, that's a fair enough deal. But to send a player off when there's still a bit to go, and I didn't even think for one moment that Tommy Smith was anywhere near being last man. It completely and utterly annoys me when referees decide to take stronger action, and possibly too stronger action, than what they've done. That decision will boggle in the mind for some time. And Johnson is over this free kick. And it's a good set piece specialist, so I know. Freeing the Burnley wall. It's going to be Jamal Johnson. And it's not a good free kick. And maybe justice is served in the sense that Burnley should never have gone down to 10 men in the first place. 20 minutes to go. Keogh. Not a good ball. So Humphrey with this pressing North End throw. Thiago. Welsh. Man advantage Preston, but the goal down. Here's Gray. And this could settle it beyond heading down the tour now. It's Dwight Gale! And Kirkland again pulls up another extraordinary save. Well, Burnley, even though they've got a man light on the field, they should be well and truly out of sight by now. And that's not an understatement. Maybe in truth it is an overstatement. Boyd's corner. Oh, it's wide. Keogh. Preston change. They can sense it now. Burnley being down to 10 men. Joe Garner comes off. Well, I'd have been tempted to keep Beckford on personally if I was from a Preston persuasion and play him and Garner up front. But Grayson has decided it's one up top still. And Joe Garner is replacing Beckford. So it's like for like. Kirkland, who's kept pressing in with a shout and maybe getting something out of this, but Burnley have been much the better side, and to be honest it would be a travesty if they threw it away. Now Welsh is through, and then absolutely plays an inexplicable pass when he was clean through on goal, and now at the other end we've got an offside decision against Jack Grealish, Dwight Gale, sorry. So free kick to Preston North End. Header won by Barton. Welsh intercepts. Now Johnson for the Lily Whites, and the ball forward, and it's Johnson again. Johnson, good save, Heaton. Preston's coming on Burnley very strongly now, attacking Burnley with all their might, and Burnley now just having to counter attack if they can. Here's Grealish now. Take a little bit of respite here. And the ball forward, perfectly timed. It's Gale. He's missed it. And he was onside as well. And meanwhile, we've got a change. On comes Peckiel for the captain, John Welsh. So they've made a change now. Peckiel, I think, was caught offside, and he's been caught offside for about 3 times now. Here's Gray. Thiago back to Johnson. Ruben Reid. Here's Johnson again. Boyd with a... Well, it was a challenge from behind, but I don't think it was a malicious challenge. And let's hope the referee sees him. Oh, it's another red card. Well, I don't believe this referee. It's a tackle from behind, but it's no more than a yellow at least. Well, at best, really. I'm sorry, but the referee's ringing no friends with me at the moment. He felt, well, he got the ball there, Boyd. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think the referee ringing to this afternoon, especially the second half, has been nothing short of abysmal and diabolical. And this is what's probably ruined the game. No wonder Turf Moor is up in arms about it. So Burnley, in my opinion, undeservedly down to 9 men. As Preston now goes sensing blood here. And it comes out. Oh, and it's equalised. Oh, no. That is so cruel on Burnley. Ruben Reid is equalised for Preston. I do not believe what I'm seeing here. 4,000 Preston supporters are going absolutely wild. They've been helped by some very generous refereeing. And now they've somehow managed to get themselves an equaliser out of absolutely nothing. Just when you think you've seen it all in this game, another surprise comes your way. Kyle Reid, rather, has got the equaliser, not Ruben Reid. But it's 1-1 anyway. As the whistle goes. And I cannot believe what I've just seen there. I was just watching the highlights of this game. These are some of the highlights of this game. That's the save. I don't know how Kirkland's pulled that one off, but he pulled off a magnificent save there. And then offside. In my opinion, rightly given against Gale. That was one of 3 times he was caught offside. I thought Burnley had got in front there. Because we have to go through these incidents because there's a lot of controversy here. This was another effort from Barton that just went wide of Kirkland's post, and Barton, well, if that had been on target, he would have been going in the back of the net for sure. And Preston had a chance. It was well saved by Heaton, who, in fairness, when he had to do with anything that came his way, he did it magnificently. And Smith heading wide, he was later to be involved in one of the controversies of the second half. This was the winning. This was what put Burnley in front. George Boyd, after Gale's initial shot had been cleared off the line. And then Burnley had several chances to finish this game off. But Kirtland, in fact that one struck the crossbar. And then another great run again, and another shot, and this time well tipped away by Kirtland. He had to be fair to Kirtland, he had a stormy match. And this was one of the controversy. Now, I have to say, I don't think he should have been sent off. I think the referee should have at least booked him. Well, at best booked him. Looks too strong an action. Now, this should have been taken from Gale. But the goalkeeper, again, I don't know how he saved that, to be quite honest. That was a terrific piece of goalkeeping. And then another header that went wide from Keogh. And then another controversial note. Yeah, clearly gets the ball. Now, if you tell me that's a fair tackle, I don't know what is. And then the referee has the nerve, in my opinion, to... And then from the resulting free kick, Reed unmarked, when Boyd would have been there marking him more. The other player, Smith, and it's ended 1-1. Well, I'm recovering after that, to be quite honest. I've not known a game like it so far in this career mode, that two players inexplicably sent off, and I just cannot believe what I've just seen. And to be quite honest, the FA, and we know what they stand for, quite honestly, are not gonna rescind any of the yellow or the red cards that we've received. Instead of which, we're gonna have to sit now and suffer. And it feels as if, I think the first one was a yellow card at best. That I'm absolutely have no doubt about. The second one is, I find, amazing. Because Boyd, to me, and you've all seen the replay, he gets the ball. There's no debate about it, really. He clearly, to me, gets the ball. And the referee, I'm afraid, he's overreacted. He knows he's doing a derby. He knows it's a derby match. He knows what's involved, and I do get that, but send a player off for that. I will not understand that until the day I die. And then to rub it in, equalising goal comes in from Kyle Reid. It just, the reason I called it, I'll tell you the reason for why I called it wrong. I thought it, cause I was so uptight and so disappointed, not just with that second, with the two red cards and then the equaliser going in. I called it wrong. I called Ruben Reid because I knew there was a player called Ruben Reid, but I was so wound up at the time, and because I felt incensed by at least two of those decisions, and then the equaliser, because if Boyd or Tommy Smith would have been on the field there, that goal would never have happened. We'd have been able to clear it because he was onside and there was no one there, and we were two men down. He was able to. It was a ragos. There was a wicked bounce which did for Tom Eaton, to be fair. I don't blame the goalkeeper for that at all, but it just amazes me why Preston, who should have been out, who should have been beaten 3 or 4 there, have ended up drawing 1-1. But you know, good luck to Sherman Grayson's side, but you know, it just feels disappointing that that we should have done that. And look what's happened to me here. We're going to have an extra dimension to this career mode, because after my blistering start already as a up and coming rookie and also doubling up as commentator, we're now going to, and because of this one little offer we're accepting, we now take on the added bonus of England matches now to commentate on, and I'm delighted about that. So we've got some international management now on top of what we're going at Burnley, so that's quite pleasing. So this is the table as things stand after the Preston game. We are going to go and sim the next game, Bolton. We are going to sim a few games throughout the season, as you well know. That's our second draw. We're still unbeaten at the present moment, but that could all change. We've got to go to the Macron without two of our best players, which is disappointing. So let's see how we go on then against Bolton Wanderers. As you can see, 1-1. That's not a bad result, considering that we're 2 players light. I think that's an excellent result. Now it's England duty for us now. The good thing is we can get the players back we want now, which is quite good. So Boyd comes back into the team, and of course Jamal Lascelles will drop to the bench. Tommy Smith comes in, and we've got Michael Keane as well to come back from injury, but he's out for long term, so we need the players. But the good thing about Boyd and Smith, they're well rested now. They've had a game rest, and now they're fine. So, but it's bitterly disappointing at the moment. So as I say, we'll just we've got a couple of England games. These are international friendlies, by the way, so I'm not going to place too much significance on them at the moment. Just get them played, really, and then obviously end this particular episode. 2-2 against Canada, which we've not lost. I mean, it's hardly an auspicious start, to be honest. We've lost George Boyd again. That's a bitter blow, really, considering we do have some big games coming up. Another international friendly away in Sweden. We're 1-2-0 against the Scandinavian rivals, but they haven't beaten us today, or even despite having Raheem Sterling sent off. That's quite good. So obviously there's a couple of games that we've obviously couldn't carry on with, so we now we lost a lot of players there, so obviously we couldn't be constituting so it means now we've lost George Boyd, and Kirtley will get an unexpected return, I think, on the right. In actual fact, I'm going to change it slightly to the extent that Ashley Barnes will come in now. Yeah, that's the team in the next game, which, as you can see, is going to be QPR at Loftus Road, and that's our next video. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.